A long time ago, Brachot was one of the first Masechtas. It is the first Masechet that I ever learned from cover to cover, and and I don't remember everything because it's so full of all kinds of information. But one of the things I remembered was that the rabbis said that David actually only had one heart, meaning that he completely abolished or annihilated the evil inclination. And the obvious question is, so how did he sin with Bathsheba? So the answer that one of my rabbis gave is that when it talks about him abolishing the Yetzer Hara, it's after the sin, meaning after he did tshuva, he realized that he can't afford to have that happen again. So let's go back to the source. The source is in the Shema, where it says, "V'ahavta et Hashem Elokecha b'chol levavcha." So you should love Hashem with all of your heart, but there's two bets there. So the rabbis said in Sifri and in Brachot that this represents the two yetzers, the evil inclination and the good inclination. B'chol levavcha, the two bets, each one represents one. And then, so the result with David after this is, I think this is the right source. Can you all see it? So it's chapter Psalm 109, verse 22. It says, Ki ani ve'evyon anochi ve'libi chalal b'kirbi, that my heart is pierced or missing inside of me. So the rabbis note that here there's only one bet, and therefore that means that he only remained with the good inclination. And this is a quote from Avodah Zarah, page 4b. This is similar to that which Rabbi Yochanan said in the name of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. David was not fit to act as he did in the incident involving Bathsheba, and the Jewish people were not fit. Oops, that was too far. To sin in the incident of the golden calf. David was not fit to act as he did in this incident involving Bathsheba, as it is written, and my heart is wounded within me. And so the explanation is that, i.e., he had vanquished his evil inclination, and therefore he should not have had been able to rule over him to that extent when he sinned with Bathsheba. But again, the answer is that he probably had achieved this goal after he sinned, because otherwise this Gemara in Avodah Zarah really doesn't make any sense. Last but not least, unfortunately, the Lakuchi one is not translated to English, so we'll try to do as best as we can. So v'chana hi medaberet al liba. Again, notice that there's only one lev, there's only one bet in the word about her heart. So why are women included with children and non-Jewish slaves in the matter of mitzvot, matter of time-bound positive commandments? Because they only have one heart, meaning that they are elevated. So the Ktanim and Avadim might have the wrong one, meaning the Yetzer Hara, but women who are adults and are keeping the mitzvot only have the Lev Echad, the one heart, to do the positive commandments. Shneimar v'chana hi medaberet aliva. So this is Hannah, the mother of Samuel, and there's other examples here brought for verses proving that a woman only has one heart. And not all of them are that nice. So in Mishlei, King Solomon says that he finds that a woman is worse than death because her heart is full of traps. This is a seductive woman, not obviously one who's at the level of Hannah. That's another positive lev, again with a woman. So just to explain, v'chena katani ved kshura b'lev nar, another verse from Mishlei, and v'chena eved libo el adono bilvad. So those are two verses that prove that children and non-Jewish slaves have only one heart. And then the Al-Kuchimoni goes a little bit on a tangent, saying Hareshaim hem birshut libam, that the evil people are already in the full possession of their lev. Again, the wrong part, the Yetzer Hara. Amar Naval bilibos. So Naval is the man that David wanted to kill, and then he died 10 days later, and Abigail told him not to do it. Vayomer Esav belibo. Esav, of course, Jacob's twin brother, was evil. Vayomer of Bilibo, Vayomer Aman Bilibo, all these people, it's in my heart, meaning that they are like possessed by their heart. But Tzadikim Livam V'Shutam, Shnema V'Chanaim Medavet Al Liba, and Daniel and David, and they're all talking about, they all talk to their heart, meaning that they're not in the possession. But the most fascinating, and that's why we had to have all this introduction, is this paragraph from Yalkut Shimoni, same place. Amar Rabbi Elazar b'shem Rabbi Yossi ben Zimra. So Rabbi Elazar said in the memories of Rabbi Yossi ben Zimra, v'chana midaberet al liba. So she was talking about her heart, al iskei liba, on matters of her heart. She said to Hashem, Ribono shel Olam, Master of the universe, you did not create anything for nothing. You created for me eyes to see, ears to hear, a mouth to speak, nose to smell, and hands to, these are the five senses. But a woman has breasts. And so he says, these breasts that you created on my heart, because they are on the chest, Lola Nikbem, like what? You created me like a mannequin that has breasts, but they don't serve any purpose. Give me a son to use them to nurse my son. And so Rabbi Elazar concludes that this was real brave of her and maybe even crass, but she did titpal Hashem, and she was talking about her heart and only good intentions, and that's why a woman only has one heart. So how does that affect us in terms of women's prayer? Is that since a woman only has a good heart and she is busy with family, even if she doesn't have children of her own, like Hannah didn't. So this is what Rav Melamed says about that matter. Simple and conventional reason why women are exempt from positive bound mitzvot is so that they can fulfill their destiny of building the family home. An enormous responsibility is placed upon women to create and sustain the family upon which our personal and national future is founded. This responsibility stems from their innate constitution as childbearers and nursing mothers, as well as from their feminine and maternal character, which, by the way, Maimonides says is the reason why a woman can't be a judge in matters of life and death, because she has so much compassion and mercy in her heart that she will not be able to even decree an execution of somebody who did evil, who does deserve to die. Obviously, we don't do capital punishment anymore, but that's his explanation, exactly this idea about her heart and her feminine and maternal character, which possesses unique qualities suitable for building and nurturing a family. The responsibility of managing the house and raising and educating the children often demands a devotion that extends to all hours of the day and night. Were women to be given the responsibility of fulfilling the positive time-bound mitzvot, which require one to cease all regular activity. Just to remind you, when we learned about Mincha and Marv, we said that half an hour before the time of Mincha, we're not allowed to start a meal. Like that's to cease regular activity. So if a woman had to stop what she was doing, washing the clothes, and I'm not trying to be derogatory, I'm just saying a woman who does have this responsibility. Of course, yesterday we talked about women who go out to work, but this is because of that. It doesn't matter if you are or aren't staying at a home mother. I forget what it's called. But because of that idea of this responsibility, then they are unable to tend to the family needs properly if they were to do all these time-bound mitzvot. So like the simplest example, because they're exempt from shofar, and today we do have shofar blowing for women usually after the service. That way the husbands can replace them with tending to the children. So of course, if she had to leave the house and go to shul, and there's a crying baby in the crib or whatever, that would not be what Hashem wants. So this view can also explain why women are exempt from the mitzvah of Torah study. Torah study demands a great deal of dedication, both in adolescence when acquiring the tools for Torah study and subsequently throughout one's entire life when devoting hours every day to Torah study. So this is based on the mitzvah to Joshua, V'agita bo yomam v'layla, that you should use every opportunity to learn Torah and not do something else. But a woman doesn't have to have that, because if women were to be commanded to study Torah, they would not be able to devote themselves to building a family. Although women undoubtedly must learn Torah in order to live by its guidance, they are not obligated to study Torah for the sake of inquiry, theoretical profundity, and comprehensive knowledge or philosophy. Thus, women are relieved of the constant pressure. Again, the word is relieved, not that they're forbidden from learning Torah, that accompanies men who are commanded to commit themselves to continuous advancement in their knowledge of Torah. So I hope that this answered the question, and I will stop the recording so I can say something that maybe some people don't want.